I'm Turk Strongman, current resident at Mind Voters Institute. Thank you for selecting this video on managing your death. Before I continue, if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, do it right now. Now's a good time to do that. Also, at the same time, then you can activate the notification bell for you to be apprised of our new uploads. Just below your media player window, you see the thumb up icon. Go ahead and click on that right now, too, please. Easily and instantly share the joy of the channel with others like that. And just below that, in the video description area, you'll see donation by PayPal information for donating to this channel. Please make a note of it. Okay. When you die, what can you know about it? You can know a lot of stuff about it. There's a lot that's been speculated or proposed, theorized, or reported. There's the Christian view, you die, you go to heaven, you go to hell. A judgment is made. There are many variations of the reincarnation idea, including soul trap theory, involving the moon and Saturn and this planet, keeping you in kind of like a sinister way. Keep you forgetting what's really going on with your whole life cycle and keeping you reincarnating here again and again and again. The drudgery, energy slavery. There's the theosophical view. There's the New Thought movement view. Oh, there's a lot to know. But what do you really know? Well, it's still called the Great Unknown, right? For a reason. What if you're interested? Like, you probably are if you're looking at this video, because of the nature of this channel. The main thrust of this channel is fivefold. Understanding consciousness hijacking and moving away from it. Understanding perception deception and moving away from it. Understanding management of your own personal evolvement and moving toward it. Understanding mastery of self by self and moving toward it in that direction. And fifth, the establishment of true selfhood. Moving in that direction. Okay, so if you are here, then you probably think it would be a pretty good idea to know how to navigate when you're dying and know which direction things go. If you have any say in the matter, if you have any influence in it, that would be that's the time, in a whole life cycle, if you want to go life cycles, for however they happen, naturally, genuinely, as a hoax, as a soul trap, or part of a simulation, computer simulation that we're living in. Whatever. That seems to be the moment when major things get decided, right? About what lies before you is when you die. It's not so much when you're born. It's when you die. It's not so much during this life or during your disincarnate sojourn. It's like, this is when probably you're capable of having the most control, because the possible directions are open. And there seems to be a lot of interest, according to a lot of different ideas about the soul trap theory, etc. A lot of interest in outside interest in which way we go. The moment we die, then like what happens next? If there's all this interest in it, and that's the big moment when major directions of affairs can be put into started on. Movement along them starts. One over two of them. That's when it starts. Then that's the moment when you ought to be in the most self-control that you've ever been in. The most aware. The most, ready for no matter what's actually going on. And what's actually going on, you might not even be able to really discern for a whole lot of reasons. Now, one thing you definitely don't want in the way is any kind of connection to the life you just died out of. No connection, no further thoughts about it. No regrets, no interest in thinking any more about it. It's done. That means you entering into this death situation already with a well-established way of being that includes always having emotional and cognitive closure in real time, all the time, over everything that just happened. And it's done. It's done. Unless mentally reviewing such affairs is instructive for you, like you have a library of experiences, and you can look through if you want to look something up, just to see how that went, to learn from it. But that's it. Otherwise, there's no need. Do you live it? Is your way of being right now today like that? I mean, are you so on the ball with that your husband or your wife or your child could be killed in front of you right now? And the next instant, you've moved past that moment. Are you so good at this that the emotional attention that that moment requires happened right then too, and it's done? No need for any further consideration of it at all. Are you that good at it? Because what about if it's your entire lifetime that just shut down? Not just your son, your daughter, your mother, dad, husband, your whole life. And at that moment of it's done, you have now experienced something that you have no memory of ever having experienced before, all of a sudden. It's not part of that life. It didn't happen in that life. Are you going to be in good mental control right then? But you're going to have to be if you want to navigate this correctly. For one thing, let's consider all the ideologies that involve you being drawn back for another incarnation due to desires, attachments, like not quite done having sex yet. Debts, guilt, especially after, let's say, some beings come along and give you a life review. And facilitate you feeling what, everybody you weren't nice to in your whole life felt over that. You get to feel all of that. Now, if those things are starting to happen, I think you've lost control already. Pretty much. But there's still time, perhaps, also. But are you going to be able to figure out what the hell the actual nature of all of this is? You just died. You might not even realize the extent of the big change that just happened. It could be quite shocking. I mean, after all, life doesn't give us a roadmap. We're not taught how to raise children before we have children, Kind of like learn on the job. This is probably going to be like that, too. And you know that right now, during your life, right now, our lives, it was mine right now, that there's a lot of deception going on. Misinformation, disinformation, trickery. How many times have you realized that you were completely wrong about something? For a long time. It's kind of hard to accept. All such thinking at the moment you die and you are aware that that might be the case, or things are just different, and that's the time to be completely present of mind right now. Completely present of mind, clear-minded. Any thoughts about that life that you just left, even if you're you're supposedly coerced into reviewing, no. You have no business doing that right now. None. That's done. Not a single thought needs to be given it. And a single thought over it could screw you over. Well, now, this is a way of being, you see, that's probably best already in place at the moment you die. Already happening ongoingly as your way of being, which involves other things too, but we can't focus on them all at once. But we are talking about entering the death situation with your well-being, your way of being. The correct way of being in order to, to be able to navigate through this constructively and move on. You don't know when you're going to die. So waiting to, 5 seconds before you die to start getting your ducks in a row here and get this way of being in place real fast, and then okay, I died. Good, I entered death with that way of being. No. It's not going to work like that. You want to die right? Die being a master in life and death. That's the only way. make it through in the way that you probably have in mind if you're interested in movement away from consciousness hijacking and perception deception and toward management of your own personal involvement, mastery of yourself by self, and movement toward true selfhood. This all just makes sense, guys. It doesn't depend on theories. Yes, you can know things about dying and death. And we just laid out a few. You want to know all the techniques that go into methods of action, that go into this way of being I'm talking about? They're all here on my channel. They're all here. It's all here. I just gave you a new way to think about the purpose of all of that, or its use, or what it has to do with you. Alright? So, you like the video, give it a thumb up. You don't like it, give it a thumb up anyway. I gotta stop something. It's not working. YouTube just gave up. Alright, you like the video, give it a thumb up. You didn't like it, give it a thumb up. Subscribe, get notified. Make note of the donation by PayPal information. And donate. Why donate? I'll think of a reason. Just off the cuff. Because the information that I give you here on this channel, it comes across just very casual, you know, like I don't have a big old microphone stuck in front of my face. I smoke. I don't care about the presentation. When I'm looking at the camera like this, I intend to be looking at you. And I'm projecting my will along with what I'm saying the best I can into your mind. Because I'm pretty damn sure that what I'm saying here is on the money. And it's important to you. Seriously. There's a good reason why. Alright, I'm Dirk Strawman. See you in the next video. Dirk Strawman, current resident at Mind Voltage. That all sounds electrical. We'll have to talk about that sometime. Be well. Wake up and die right.